So hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. So I am having a bad throat today, but let's get going anyways. So recently, OpenAI's o3-mini models, reasoning models were released, and they have been creating quite the waves in the AI world. And yesterday I saw that the o3-mini models also have image uploads support and multimodal features. So today what we'll be looking into is how does O3 Mini work on images, and so I used to do this 10 image practical challenges on 10 different challenging images. I've done it on O1 and I've also done it on Gemini. So with O3 Mini, this could be it'll be quite interesting to see how O3 Mini performs on these. So O3 Mini comes in two formats, just the O3 Mini and also O3 High. So what I'll do is I'll first do O3 Mini, the 10 image challenges, and then do another video. And hopefully my throat is better by then, for the O3 High, Mini High as well. So let's jump right in. Hey, so this is the announcement from OpenAI's O3 Mini, and it's a reasoning model. So it has been doing really great on lots of benchmarks. And I saw a blog from RoboFlow that O3 Mini also supports vision and multimodal features, as you can see here. And interestingly, RoboFlow has done a nice a benchmarking of O3 Mini on a few tasks. So you can see that they've done things like object counting, visual question answering, document OCR, document VQA, and other things. And they've said how it performs and so on. So if you remember a few videos back, I used to be doing the 10 practical image challenges. So it's like, okay, OpenAI O1, 10 practical image challenges. And this used to be like things like how can it spot the difference, identifying famous people, tracking people, and then a lot of other tasks. And I also compared this with Gemini 2.0 Flash Thinking model, which was also performing slightly better on some tasks. But what we saw was there were still challenges for this. Like there were some images which did not perform really well. So what I'm going to do is that today with O3 Mini, I'm going to be basically doing the same thing, uploading these images. These are some of these images, and I'm going to be seeing how it performs on them. Right. So let's go right there. So as you can see here, this is the O3 Mini, and I'm having the ChatGPT Plus account, and so now it's actually like supports image search here, upload from computer, and then so on. So this was not there initially, like when they originally released this. So let's get to the first image, right? So what the first image one was that I wanted to kind of this was a 6 difference challenge from a Tamar magazine. Like they come out with the 6 different challenges. So it's an old one, but I wanted to kind of try and see what these image models think about these challenges, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to upload this image to the to O3 Mini. And I'm also going to say that, okay, this image has 2 photos. With the spot the difference, carefully check both the photos and try uploading them, right? So this is what I did. I've uploaded the image now, and then the image has 2 photos, spot the difference. So I'm going to be uploading this right away. So let's see what it takes. So these are reasoning models, so it's going to take time to reason. But that's what we want to see, if this reasoning, since it's taking more time, if it's actually like making a difference or not. So let it take its time. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show what these differences are. So you can see that this is one difference, and then the second difference is here, the mustache, and the third one is this yellow color towel, and you have like other ones here as well. So there's one here, there's one here. So totally, I think you have 6 differences. You put them all together. So let's now see if O3 Mini has actually found those 6 differences. So it took 31 seconds, which is good. It will take probably a longer for a human. So signboard text, top panel. There's Tamil text on the signboard in the background. Bottom panel, there's a signboard is blank, no text. Is that true? I'm not able to find any signboard. I don't know which one it's talking about, so I don't think this is right. Cage handle. A small handle loop is drawn on the top of the bird cage. Bottom panel that is missing. So is that true? Let's switch back here. Cage handle, or let me even switch here. So cage handle. There is something in the cage handle, but I'm not able to find. So maybe we can give this, but let's see. And then so coming back, pot on the table, right? Pot on the table. There is a small pot or container on the left side of the table. Bottom panel, the woman's bindi. She has a clearly visible bindi on the forehead. The bindi is missing. So, and this one was pot on the table, a small pot on the left side of the table. So let's see if these two are right. So first of all, this is not a woman. So it thought it's a woman. It's actually a man and not a woman. And what does it mean by pot on the table? So I don't see any pot or the table here. So that's a little strange. So that's also not right. So woman's bindi is right. Woman's earring. She has a earring, wearing a earring on the left, her left, and this one the earring is missing. Then so let's see. So it says that woman's earring and then attached roof line. The attached roof behind them has a thicker or more detailed line. Part of the outline is missing, right? So let's go and see if that is true. So there is no problem with the thatched roof here. So that's also wrong. And then earring. So there is no problem with the earring, right? So I don't think that's right either. So it got only like I think 1 out of 6 right. So this is performing even worse than the previous both Gemini and the other one. So sorry, I was expecting a little bit better. Let me even see. In fact, if it's able to even get anything better if I ask it to check again. So I was hoping that it would at least get 2 or 3, but from what I see, it's only gotten 1 so far. So, but let's anyways check this. It's still reasoning for quite some time, but so signboard text, birdcage handle, pot on the table. What table is it talking about? Woman's earring, man's shirt pocket. So now it's come out with one new thing. The man in the background has a pocket. Nope, that's also not true. So again, it's basically not got it right. In fact, this one is wrong as well. So I would not give. I'm not too happy with what it gave for this one. So unfortunately, so that's bad thing. So let's get to the next challenge. So again, I'm opening a new one, so there is no context here. So for the next challenge, what I'm going to do is that, so I was able to get pictures with two, not really great, amazing professors in mathematics and linear algebra. So I'm going to upload this photo and see what it thinks, right? So let's go. Here, I'm going to upload this photo right away. And the prompt I'm going to give is that first I'm going to ask, so let's do this step by step so that it's gone good. We're not going to miss out on things. How many people are there in this image? What can you tell about them? So it only took 6 seconds, which is good. So it says that appears there are 4 people, 2 in the left, 2 on the right. So that is true. A younger man is standing beside an older man, so that's also true. So and basically describes the photos in more detail, so it is okay. It was able to get the California on my t-shirt. The other man is older and looking, so there's no additional information and things like that, right? So which is okay. And so let's get back and see what it says. So I'm going to ask it, probe it a little further. One of them is an MIT professor and the author of linear algebra and its applications. So let's see if it's able to get this. And I'm going to say that the other professor was the author of the book Matrix Computations. So it said that, I'm sorry, but I can't identify or confirm the names of these 2 people. So that's unfortunate. They probably put some safety checks. The O1 used to give it a try. Can you try to guess? I'm going to ask if can you try to guess. So it still says, I'm sorry, but I can't identify or confirm the names of those 2 people. So what I want to try is, there's also search the web. So I want to see if you put on search the web, if anything it's making any difference. So it's again searching. So let's see. I mean, these were not there in my previous test, so I just want to just check if it's able to do something. So I'm guessing they put up. Okay, so search the web made a difference, right? Based on the clues, a very reasonable guess is that MIT professor is Gilbert Schrank. that is cool. So linear algebra and applications. The other person is matrix computation, Jeannie Golub, who passed away in 2007. So it got this information right. These identifications align with the notable figures in numerical linear algebra. Strang is a longtime MIT professor with a major influence on linear algebra education, and Golub was a pioneering numerical analyst whose work in collaboration with Charles Van Loan on matrix computations has been a cornerstone reference in the field. So that is true. So that's amazing, and it's also cites the sources for both of these. All right, so that's also really cool. So what I'm going to try next is I'm going to ask if let's go further. Can you tell me which one is Strang and which one is Golub? So this is going to be interesting, right? Will it take a guess, or will it? I'm going to search the web again and see what happens. Can you point them in the photo? So it got that. Can you approximately point them in the photo, left or right? So this is going to be interesting. So let's see. Okay, description given. It's thinking now. So this is the reasoning, not even the thinking. This is actually the reasoning. Oops. So this is where it's trying to it's still reasoning. Maybe they're doing the reinforcement based learning based reasoning here. So let's see. Based on the well-known visual traits and affiliation, a good guess is that the MIT professor is in the left group, the one with the formal look and the ID, the man in the purple collar, while the late Jeannie Golub associated with Stanford, here hence the California t-shirt appears in the white group. That is wrong, unfortunately, because so yes, I was while in California, and this is me, and this is Professor Gilbert Strang, and this is Jeannie Golub. So these were in two different occasions. So this basically has no relation, but interesting that it actually tried to reason this kind of. What I'm going to try is next is, can the younger person in these two photos be the same person, right? Can you compare the facial features? So let's see. So it's saying it's still reasoning here. I'm unable to compare facial features based on the context. It's possible that the younger person could be the same. So it's trying to kind of reason and think. Upon comparing, they seem to have different facial characteristics. Oh, interesting. So it's not telling me that I'm the same person. So it's saying that the younger individual in the left photo and the right one are different. So that's also not right, unfortunately. So yeah, I was hoping it would get this one, but unfortunately it did not. So let's go to the next challenge. So next one, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to be uploading. It's going to be more on the people identification, especially for surveillance and CCTV cameras. So the photo I'm uploading is going to be the following. So let me actually show what I'm doing. So here I have a CCTV at my home, and it's useful to kind of know people identification across different cameras. This used to be, and this probably still is, a huge research problem in computer vision. So in this one, you can see, right? So these two are different timestamps. Here you can see that there is this person here, and then there's also this same person in a different camera. So camera 2 and camera 5, and I want to know if it can reason and identify the same person in these two cameras. So let's go back and see what it says. So I've basically given that this is an image of two screenshots of a multi, and I'm saying that starting from the top left, you name it as cam 1 to 8, and there's a person in both the left and the right timestamps. So I'm giving it basically all the context it needs. So I want to know which, if it's able to like identify correctly, like kind of. So it thought for 38 seconds. Let's see what it says. Below is the reason, walkthrough, and the JSON answer. From examining the two timestamps, the left and the right, the person is clearly visible on camera 2 and camera 3 in both images. The other feeds do not show a discernible person in both shots. So nope, unfortunately this is not right, and even the JSON is not right. So I was not looking for that, but it got this one right. So camera 1 is top left, top center, top middle left. So this numbering is right. So I was looking for camera 2 and camera 5, right? If you see here, So this is the second one, and this is the fifth one. It's a little hard, I would say, but again, that's why we want these hard problems to be checked by AI, right? We don't want to give super easy problems to AI. So it basically just gave completely the wrong answer. Um, I mean, it got two, but it didn't get the other one. So, like two, it seems to reflect in the top center cam 2, you can see a person standing. So it's able to recognize this. In the top right cam 3, the same person can be seen in both times. No, that is not true, right? So yeah, I think it got it wrong. So I mean, it tries to kind of reason and reflect, but that's not what like I was. It should basically get just say 2 and 5. So let's see. Unfortunately, even this one is still a challenge, I would say. So I'm going to do the next one. So the next one, I think all the models got this really well. So I think they should also be doing great job. So let me just say that. So this is a screenshot from Professor Hani Farid from UC Berkeley. Can you extract the text and also explain what he's doing? So I've shown this example many times. So it's the Professor Hani Farid is explaining like a linear regression, but using like iterative optimization. But what I'm showing here is just the code, and what I would like to know is if it can, from this code, if it can backtrack and try to find what the method is. And most models have done an excellent job in this one. So it only taught for 10 seconds. I even tried this on DeepSeek and a few other ones, so it all worked really well. Below is a transcription of the code and the visible comments from the screenshot. So it was able to, let's see if it's able to get this right. So ETA, so it's already named as ETA, so the code did not say ETA. So some variable names or lines appears to be truncated. So one interesting thing is this one has not gotten it's kind of missed a few things in the code. So it didn't get a equals the quadratic form, a equals x transpose x, b equals x transpose y. So it missed that, and then it missed a lot of things in here, like the residue and the other things. This is very strange because many of the other models, like if you let me go back to the Gemini and what o1 did, right? So for the same question, if you can see here, it was doing a great job. o1 decode math from a Python screenshot, so it was able to kind of get the screenshot and also explain what the lecture was. And in the same way, Gemini or Model Flash was also able to do that, right? You can see here that it got all of this while true r equals b minus AUI. So it's able to get all of this right, and just from the screenshot, and then it also said what the concept was about, right? So I'm surprised that so far o3-mini has missed even getting the basic thing here. So let's see what it says about the illustration. From the code, Professor Farid appears to be illustrating steepest descent for fitting a line. So it got that part, steepest descent setup, the while true loop updates. So it's able to get this, demonstrate iterative steepest minimize an error function, but it missed most of the other things, like what is the exact setup and so on. Can you check again and try to extract the code? So let it reason for some time. So below is a more careful line-by-line transcription of the code that appears in the screenshot. Note that the screenshot seems to have cut off some parts of the code. What does it mean by cut off, right? Like I can see everything in the screenshot here. So it's I mean, I've uploaded the same image to both o1 and Gemini, but it's still not able to get the important things. So it basically missed again, kind of. It's able to get some of the concepts right. Can you explain the concept? I mean, this already has performing poorly, so but let me see if what it gets. So some of it's explaining here, the threshold and a few other things. Gradient descent iterative method, so not as good as the other two. like O1 and Gemini. So that's unfortunate. So far, it's very strange that O3-mini is not performing as well as O1 on the image challenges that I have. So, which is very strange. So this is a very easy thing. So I'm just gonna say, like, can you explain what you see in the photo here? So this one, I think you should most probably get it because so I took this at a store, a local store, a Tata Chroma store, wherein they had a very interesting thing. You can dispose e-waste here. So I found it really interesting. So I just thought I'll do it. This should be fairly simple. So let's see. It's supposed to be a kiosk indoors in a store. So it got that. Large photograph of Red Fort Delhi, it got that as well. Incredible India part, the advertisement, it got that. It got the Tata also. So below the poster is a bin label, dispose your e-waste here with illustrations on electronic items such as phones and computers. Overall setup to recycle the electronic waste. So yeah, it got it fully right. I mean, no surprises, but yeah, that's good. So let me upload the next image, which is going to be on. So this is going to be a very interesting thing. It's about restaurant menus. If it can actually get parse information from restaurant menu cards and also like catering to special cuisines. So what I'm going to say is that can you list out all the dishes which are Jain and spicy? So let me show this image. So I used to go to this restaurant often. It's called Bangalore Tiffin House. And so you can see here that the spicy dishes are marked with a chili, and it's also given here. And this one is the Jain food, so it's given here. So what I want is basically the intersection of Jain and spicy. Basically the ones like not ones like this. So you have like about 4 or 5 of them: pizza, pani puri, sev puri, dahi puri, murg sandwich, and so on. Right. So these are the only ones which are not both Jain and spicy. So let's see what it gets. These things are very useful in practical scenarios. So that's why I want to build this. Whoops, I don't see any items on the printed menu that are inherently Jain. Guaranteed to have no onions, no garlic, and no root vegetables. So that one is correct, but it's saying it cannot find any, which is very strange. Why? What is happening here? O3-mini is performing really bad. I mean, both of the other ones got this mostly right. So this is completely wrong. So yeah, unfortunate, but yep, very strange. Yeah, so let's try the next challenge. I was hoping it will get at least partially right. Even the O1 and Gemini Flash were able to do that. So yeah, this is very strange. And yeah, so the next image I'm going to upload is going to be on basically like this is another food item. So like not everybody would know about these food items. So this is called tamarind paste or puli kachal in Tamil. So let me just say, ask it two things, right? So first I'll ask it to describe it, and then I'll ask what is it used for, right? So first I'll say describe this photo. So let me just show that. So that this is the photo. Yeah, this is the photo. It's called the tamarind rice mix, and reason for it. So this is very fast. So pulikachal rice mix and illustrations of chili peppers, grand sweets and snacks. It also got that. There's a maroon. So I don't think. Okay, I will ask what is it used for. I think I should have asked both in the same time. Puli kachal is a tamarind paste seasoning used in South Indian cuisine to make tamarind rice. Puliyodara or puliyogari. That's very correct. So it's good that it's got. This is where like it's able to get the local Indian context. Pulio basically only like if you are in only if you're Tamil or Kannada, you'll probably know this difference, right? If you're from North India, you would have absolutely no reference. You will not get this. So Puliyodara is like Tamil version of it. Puliyogare is like Kannada version of it, and there are differences between these two, right? So MTR used to have both of these, and the difference used to be that in Kannada cuisines, Karnataka cuisines, they usually add sugar or jaggery to make it sweet. So usually it means that if you have puliyogare, it means you don't have the sweet. If you have puliyogare, you have it sweet. So just out of curiosity, I'm going to ask what's the difference between these two. This is a very typical context specific thing, right? So let's see if it can get that. I would give some extra points if it did. So you simply cook plain rice, allow it to cool slightly, and then mix it. So this is all true. It's also able to get all of the other things. So what I'm going to ask is, what's the difference between? I mean, I didn't think about this before, so let's see if it's able to get. I also want to try it with search the web. Oh my, it got it. Puliyodara is Tamil Nadu style. Yes, slightly stronger tamarind flavor. That is amazing. Puliyogare is Karnataka style. It often includes jaggery or a hint of sweetness, right? I just mentioned this, right? I hope O3 was not listening to what I was speaking, but this is true. This is amazing because only if you're from my area, you'd know this difference. Or if you had both of those before, you'd know this difference, right? I remember that when I was in the US, there was like one of my friends was staying in my house along with his mom, and they were from Karnataka. And I was telling them I really love puliyodare, the tamarind rice. So, and it happened to be my birthday that his mother actually had cooked it for me. I didn't realize that they would add a lot of sweet towards it, right? And I was like, oh my god, how am I going to eat this? But I didn't want to kind of also hurt them. So I did. I said I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. But it was like I didn't really like it because I'm Tamil and I like this one, the pulio darai, not the pulio gare. But and every time I go to a store, I make sure that I don't get pulio gare and I get pulio darai. But yeah, it's I'm so stoked to see OT was able to get this right. So despite the fact that it's performing really badly on many other images. So the next one is going to be a little challenging. Most of the other models had some issues with this. So this is going to be what I'm going to ask is like, so it's really, again, these are all like practical challenges. So I'm going to upload this is an old photo from 2024, but I want to retain the same photo because these were the same photos I used for the other challenges as well. So let me show the photo, right? So this is a photo. This is a religious calendar, meaning that it's not just a regular calendar, but it has religious events. So what I wanted to find is that so I'm pointing it to like 7th of December. I want to know what festival is there on 7th of December. So what the model has to do is it has to like understand this information and then try to find what is there on 7th of December. And you can see that it's also challenging because there are two columns here. This is what as humans we can do really fast, right? And whereas it'll be interesting to see if AI models can actually do this. So from a standard Hindu Panchanga, December 7th corresponds to Shukla Trayodashi and is observed as Pradosha Vrata. Whoops, it's trying to get it right, but I think it's not. It did not get it right. So it says that December 7th is Shani Pradosham, Pradosha Vrata falling on a Saturday. So unfortunately, let me go back and see what the actual thing is, right? So I don't see any Shani Pradosha mentioned here, at least. So I don't know where it even got the Shani Pradosha. At least if it gave me something different, I would be like, okay, it kind of tried to match something, but it was not able to get it. So, but this is giving me something like completely out of the. Okay, I see there is a Mahapradosha here, but I think maybe it got this two mixed, the Mahapurusha and the Subramanya Sashti. So the correct answer would have been Sri Subramanya Sashti. But so far I don't see it kind of. So it basically got this. But I say these are challenging. So that's why I wanted to see. But it says yes, December 7th is Shani Pradosha falling on a Saturday, right? And nope, that's not true. So let's see what festival. Let me ask if can you check again just to see. I don't think that is correct. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's already got it wrong, but let's see if it's able to even do anything here. So one interesting thing is that it was able to get that December 7th is a Saturday. So you can see here. So that is interesting. I don't know if it used this information or if the information that it had within itself to confirm it's a Saturday. So that's there. So let's see what the reasoning says here. Let's pin down why December 7th is not showing any major observance. So it says new moon date. Well, it's basically given so many different other things, but it just got it wrong. Common festivals like Gita Jayanti do not land on. Let me even ask the right answer. So if it's able to even get this. So let's see what it says. It's reasoning. This time I want to see the reasoning myself. So let it reason. So it's amazing how these. So previously it used to be thinking, right? Like the O1 models. Now it's reasoning models. So according to Sri Subramanya Sashti, Skanda Sashti in some regions falls on December 11th. August Shukla Sashti. So I think I see what's going on here is that so it's not able to parse this information, right? So it's saying that 11th of December. So it's basically parsed 7th December to Mahapradosha, Subramanya Shakti to 11th December. It's not able to get these two right. Maybe that's where the context and the chunking and then how it kind of puts the pairs together, right? The encoding kind of is getting mixed. Instead of getting 20th November and Mahapadosha and then 7th December and Subramanya Sashti, it's getting the pairs are now becoming like Mahapadosha and 7th December, Subramanya Sashti and 11th December. So, I mean, that's just my guess, but that's would be one thing. So let me say one more. I want to ask like one more question here. So I wanted to ask, what festivals are there after December 7th? If it's able to get the other festivals, basically we saw some 3 or 4 festivals. Let's see what the reasoning is. This time it does not show the reasoning. Sometimes it used to show what the reasoning was. This time it's not able to show. Based on the Sringeri calendar for December 2024. Okay, see, I think I may be getting right on this. So it says Subramanya Sashti is on December 11th. Instead of 7th, it's saying 11th. And then Pradosha on December 17th, 18th. And then Purnima on December 22nd. It missed a couple of other things like Dattatreya Jayanti and a few other things, right? So this is not what I would. So what it should have got is these things: Gita Jayanti, Purnahuti, and Kala Bhairava Ashtami. So it basically missed all of these three. So it's nowhere even close. So it did miss this one as well. So that is unfortunate. I was hoping it would be better, but it's not. So I'll move on to the next one. We only have a couple of more in the challenges here. So the next one is a recent conference poster that I co-authored along with my other colleagues, and my friend Chandrakant had presented this in ICPR in Kolkata. So I'm just going to say describe and explain this photo. Should be mostly okay. Let's see. These are all interesting cases, right? So this is a conference poster, and you can see how much information this is. This is like these are great examples of multimodality. You have images, you have text, you have block diagrams, you have tables, you have graphs. It's like everything put into the one thing. So this and imagine I was doing it for myself. Imagine you're going through conferences and there are like so many posters. Imagine you just click all of these posters or do a video recording of all of this and then come home. Just send it to AI, and then it kind of puts all of them in a nice format which you can come and see later, right? So that'll be like really cool. So the image is a research poster titled SimGen. So it was able to get that. It was able to get it messes up the names. So that's again funny. Like it messed up most of the names except Professor Manjunath. So yeah. And the goal is to manipulate satellite images. Then you use pre-trained generator models like GANs and fine-tune them. So then it talks about the core method. Then then it shows like how you can edit the maps and then get an output. It didn't talk about it does talk about the image forensics part as well. So the results and then efficacy of image forensics and summary. So yeah, it mostly got it, most of the things right. yeah, it did miss one or two kind of things, like the names and a few other things. So I was, yeah, this also is not, and then it also gives key takeaways. Enables selective fine-grained manipulation of satellite images. And then, so I'm not sure if I can say the latent representation. So, but yeah, then limited fine-tuning, forensic detection, image forensics, and yeah, mostly, yeah, it got most of the summary right. So yeah, interesting. That's glad with this. So we are at the last image in this challenge. So far, it's not performed that well compared to like O1 and Gemini Flash. But yeah, so the last one is, this is a chart from my paper. It's a kind of challenging graph, but let's see. Let me show what the challenge is. That you can see that. So there are two graphs in this. It only plot for 4 seconds. That's interesting. So there are two plots here. One is a scatter plot, and the other one is a line like regular plot. But there is I also like sorted these so that you're able to find the correlations. Basically, like if it's false here, then you can see how many samples are here, and for these are like if it falls here, how many samples are here. This will tell you the distance, the distance and the confidence kind of a thing. So let's see. The figure shows two quantities, each for each of 5,000 samples. Each samples, the red dot sorted, each sample's distance from a reference is sorted from smallest to large. So it's able to get that percentage of correct match for each distance value. It shows the fraction of samples that are correctly matched. In other words, the red points show the distance values grows across the, yes, that is true. The blue curve shows how a correct match is found at each distance. Now, this is also true. Key takeaway, okay, that's interesting. The key takeaway is that when the distance is small on the left side, the match percentage is high, close to 100%. Yeah, that is exactly what we wanted to kind of do. As the distance grows larger, moving right, the likelihood falls off. That's what we want to kind of do. And this is like a design experiment. This will kind of tell you that you could use this in for other, if you want to do for large scale kind of things. But got that. However, I would say that I think both OpenAI and Gemini were actually like doing a better job for. I mean, OpenAI O1 and Gemini were doing a better job for these kind of. It was able to like at least tell a little bit more. For example, like this is what Gemini was telling for this one. So it's Gemini was even better. So it says that the user wants to explain the provided chart. The samples are sorted, the percentage of correct match, the caption, the sorted distance, and so on. So it was able slightly better. I wouldn't say like a huge difference, but definitely like slightly better than kind of a thing. Yeah. So overall, I would say that this was interesting to see what o3-mini had on these 10 different challenges, and I was surprised that many of these kind of challenges it did not perform really well. So that's something to kind of interesting. I hope maybe it becomes better soon. But as of today, as of the day, 14th February 2025, based on these 10 different challenges, it's not as good as O1 or Gemini Flash kind of. So I would also like to test it on o3-mini High. Just to see if that's much better. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Hopefully my throat is also better by then. So until next time.